Luigi Mangione charged with CEO's murder as act of terror. So this is huge, huge news. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go through and then we'll talk about the words. Yeah. So here we go. In a case that has garnered national attention, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione has been charged with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, who was fatally shot in Manhattan on December 4th, 2024. Mangione, apprehended after a 5-day manhunt, now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, which prosecutors have classified as an act of terrorism. The incident occurred outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where Thompson was shot multiple times. Surveillance footage and eyewitness accounts led authorities to identify Mangione as the prime suspect. He was arrested in Pennsylvania after being recognized by an employee at a local McDonald's. At the time of his arrest, Mangione was found in possession of a 3D printed firearm, a suppressor, and a falsified New Jersey driver's license. Additionally, a handwritten manifesto expressing animosity towards the American healthcare system was discovered among his belongings. Okay, I should have picked a much easier pronunciation for his second name.
Made it more just replace it to Luigi, yeah. But then whatever. We'll manage. We'll manage. But yeah, massive news. This you couldn't avoid unless you're living under a rock. You've definitely heard about this.
And if you want an extended version of these articles with a lot of vocabulary that we go over and some games to help you remember those vocabulary, check the description. There's a free PDF for you. Apprehend. To apprehend someone, a word you will definitely see in the news.
To arrest somebody, basically, isn't it? Like, it feels more like capture than arrest. Like they're tracking somebody down. They eventually apprehend them. They get them, basically. The Rozzers get you.
Yeah.
To explain, Rozzers is British slang for police, by the way, just in case.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, yeah, so yeah, they apprehended him after a 5-day manhunt. What's a manhunt?
So, like hunting for a man, basically. It could be some 60-year-old divorced woman in Benidorm, or it could be the police running after a criminal, And it's usually because the person has committed a crime and run away.
Yes.
But you will also hear it in other things where there's search for maybe somebody's gone missing and there's a manhunt trying to find them. And I would also say as well, this is, even though we use the word man, it's not gender specific.
Say that as well.
Yeah, it's like a manhunt for a missing woman, for example, is the same thing. I don't know, woman hunt or person hunt just sounds... It's one of those things that hasn't happened, because that's happened.
I wondered if it's the other way around, like it's the people who are hunting for the person, and originally it would have just been men doing that job.
Could be, but usually, like hunting, you talk about the thing that you hunt rather than the people. But I don't know. But it's interesting how that one's not being
adjusted.
Changed. Yeah, like police person or whatever it is now, or like post person and all that kind of stuff.
Person hunt.
Yeah, sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? I don't know. It's strange it's just strange that hasn't happened to that word. So anyway.
It's obviously not common enough, I think, is the key thing, though, isn't it? So, yeah. But manhunt, yeah, it's used, and not just so we give examples of like someone being arrested or someone getting lost, but also it could be someone who's in the opposing side of another group. So, for example, in a war, maybe there is a manhunt for a person who opposes you, who maybe is a spy or something, for example.
Okay, yeah. And also, I think, like, we're going to tread dangerously close to the word witch hunt in a second, like, which is another very similar word, but that's usually the person's not necessarily done something wrong, but you're trying to get them. Like, imagine, like, there's two political parties, and this leader of the political party, did something with a animal. And there's a witch hunt. Like, everybody's going against him and saying bad stuff. Yeah. So,
but that's a historical term, isn't it? Really, because of in the past.
Yeah, because they used to accuse people of being witches and then burn them and that.
Yeah.
So
that's a nice word. First degree murder. Again, you'll hear this in the news if it happens.
Yeah, murder, people probably know the word murder, but I think there's like different levels of murder, like how much planning happened beforehand. Like if you just minding your own business and then something happens and you get in a fight and you kill somebody, like that could just be like third degree murder. You didn't plan it, it just kind of happened. But first degree murder, like, yeah, you took the time to plan this out. It's not just a spur of the moment thing. So a planned and deliberate killing of somebody. Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, second degree murder is intentional killing, but not planned. And I guess you mentioned
Is the
third
third
degree.
degree? I just made that up. I don't know if that's a
maybe
maybe. But in that
voluntary
manslaughter,
manslaughter.
then,
Yeah,
yeah, okay,
voluntary
let's not
manslaughter.
get into all the
Yeah,
terms of murder. But yeah, I knew there's different like groups of murder, but I didn't know what they are. So
okay, so that's interesting. But yeah, in this case, it was planned, premeditated, and he intentionally meant to do it. An eyewitness. Is that
good. All
someone
right.
who is that like an optician's slang name?
I was going to make that joke. Like that bloke down at Specsavers. No, an eyewitness. I mean, somebody who witnesses things with their eyes. Do you know what this reminds me of? You've seen that Michael McIntyre sketch, haven't you? When he's talking about Americans, like
Eyeglasses.
waste paper basket and stuff. It feels like that. It feels. So an eyewitness, a person who directly sees an event happen. They're there at the time, and they see it with their own eyes. They're an eyewitness.
Okay. So someone who's literally seen the thing, but a witness could be someone who maybe hasn't seen it but heard information.
Could be. Yeah, could be. But even the verb witness is to see something,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. To witness something. Yeah,
Yeah. So, okay, interesting.
yeah, 100%. Falsify, to falsify information.
So, false, maybe people know as the opposite of true.
Hmm.
And that's kind of like to do something falsely, to falsify. You make, in this case, I think they're talking about his driver's license, right? It's kind of like a faked driving license, a falsified driving
Fake
license.
ID.
Yeah, it's basically something that it's done in a way to deceive people. Like, let's imagine you're 17 and you want to go to the pub and you've got a fake ID with says John Smith on it. You know, born in
McLovin.
1955. McLovin. Yeah. Okay. What was that film called?
Super bad.
Super bad. Yeah, McLovin. That driver's license with Florida. What an absolute great film. Just on a tangent. What a great film that is.
McLovin.
Yeah, that's a falsified driver's license.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy name. A manifesto.
Manifesto.
Again, a useful one.
Yeah, once again, this is usually for politics, where governments set out like their beliefs or what they are planning to do.
Yeah.
Usually before an election, they come out and be like, this is the manifesto. This is what we're going to do. This is what we think. And it's like a public document or public statement to show this is what we're going to do. And then in this case, it's like his own personal manifesto. It's like, this is what I'm going to do. And it involves shooting people.
Well, goes towards the first degree murder thing, how planned it was. And he had like an itinerary maybe and a complete like background.
Plan and like why he was going to do it. Yeah, yeah.
You also get it for like non-profit organizations and things like this as well. And maybe some companies would also have a manifesto on how they would help the public around them. A good example might be Manchester City Football Club and the background from their ownership and how they will help the community surrounding them as well as the football club or something like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they might have a manifesto, but like you said, political manifesto is probably the most likely.
Yeah, I think so. Especially like just before the election, both parties will come out and be like, "This is our manifesto," and that's kind of what people vote for in a way. Well, in theory, that's what they vote for, but
definitely so. So let's go through some pronunciation. Again, I've got 5 words on this topic of the murder of the healthcare CEO, United Healthcare CEO, and those 5 words are. Murder, fatally, occur, falsify, and animosity.
Good word.
Yeah, tricky one, that one. Let's go into your turn, buddy. Let's have a read.
Am I reading it out? Okay. What is it? Mangione, is that what we're saying?
Mangione. That's. I
All
think
right.
I used like three different pronunciations when I read it through, so don't worry. Go
Let's
for
see what
whatever you
happens when I get there, okay? Right. In a case that has garnered national attention, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione has been charged with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, who was fatally shot in Manhattan on December 4th, 2024. Mangione, apprehended after a 5-day manhunt, now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder, which prosecutors have classified as an act of terrorism. The incident occurred outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown Manhattan, where Thompson was shot multiple times. Surveillance footage and eyewitness accounts led authorities to identify Mangione as the prime suspect. He was arrested in Pennsylvania after being recognized by an employee at a local McDonald's. And at the time of his arrest, Mangione was found in possession of a 3D printed firearm, a suppressor, a falsified New Jersey driver's license. Oh, I expected an and in there. I messed that up. Additionally, a handwritten manifesto expressing animosity towards the American healthcare system was discovered among his belongings.
Crazy situation.
In it, jeez. There's a lot of stuff that don't quite add up, but once again, it's like we only get to see what news tells us is happening, and
Let the conspiracy theories begin, I guess. Yeah.
well, I mean, anything big like this happens in America, it always comes with sides arguing about what's real and what's not. But at the end of the day, we know someone got shot in broad daylight, which is wild. The thing that I was confused about is like the 3D printed firearms.
I was literally about to say that is the thing that surprised me the most. That
So
means
people can just like print their own guns and stuff. Is that what we're saying? How is it that the world has come up with this new technology to 3D print something and Americans have been gone, yes, guns? Like, how is that Come on, man.
I mean, it might not just be Americans, but it is like shocking.
It is. Also, what's a suppressor? Is that like a silencer?
Suppressor is a silencer, yeah.
Okay, like I just got like GoldenEye, James Bond.
Yeah. Golden gun.
Yeah. All right, so
yeah, the 3D printed firearm is the thing that's. I mean, it's a shocking.
I didn't realize we'd got that far yet. Like, to be honest, I thought people were still just making like Warhammer figures and that. I didn't realize people were making guns.
But you can make so much stuff; it's ridiculous. Yeah,
it's one of those things that I've not really seen much. Yeah, not really seen much of it. I thought it was still a thing that nerds had, just for messing around with it. I didn't realize it was like a big thing. So,
yeah,
right, fair enough.
Apparently, it is a huge thing. So, yeah, it's an interesting one.
And how far away is Pennsylvania from Manhattan, by the way? That seems like a long. I've got no idea about American geography, but it seems kind of far.
What's that? One more time.
Like, he shot the guy in Manhattan and then got arrested in Pennsylvania. Is that close? Is that far? Like,
I think Manhattan's in New York.
New York, innit? But Pennsylvania is not Philadelphia, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I'll have to check on a map, I guess.
Maybe if you show me.
No, it's not. It's next. Well, I mean, New York and Philadelphia are not miles away, apparently.
Oh, in my head, I don't know.
Pennsylvania is like a county over.
Oh,
state over. Sorry, it wouldn't be county, but it's state over. Yeah, it's the next.
Okay, so it's not like a million miles away. In my head, it's like other side of the country. I don't know, like.
Yeah, no. Similarly, I was thinking the same. I didn't even know Pennsylvania was a state. To be honest, I thought it was just a town, like a big city or something. But I really have no information on American geography. Me
neither. Like no idea
things like this. So,
and McDonald's coming clutch with Ronald McDonald snitching on people.
Yeah, that's where all the informants are. That's why there's so many McDonald's in the world.
That's why Hamburglar keeps getting caught. Like
Hamburglar, yeah. Hamburglar's getting done because of those snitches.
Grimace, man. You have to watch him. He's a snitch for sure.
Watch out for those Ronald McDonalds.
Oh, my God.
I reckon him and the KFC Colonel, they're in cahoots with each other.
They both ate the Burger King glass. It's like, what's that? Secession or whatever that show were called, but like
I haven't seen it.
Oh, never mind then.
I just finished watching House of Cards though. Have you seen that?
Feel like I watched some of it and then just gave up. So.
Yeah, man, I shouldn't have watched that. I mean, after watching all the politics this year, I should know Pennsylvania's a state because I've been watching the politics so much. But After watching that and then watching House of Cards, bad idea. Like it just all of those things you think about politics are kind of confirmed from that TV show. Even though it's a TV show, of course, it's like all the background dealings in politics and things. So.
What was the British thing called? It was like the politics.
At the thick of it.
The thick of it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's like a satire version,
yeah.
isn't it?
But I think it was relatively accurate, to be fair. But
yeah, I love the thick of it. It's like one of my favorite
really
TV
funny
shows. But if you're not keen on effing and blinding, I suggest not to watch the thick of it because
it's very funny though. It is
it's hilarious. It is very, very fun.
So, what do you reckon about this, mate? Like, I've kind of took the light-hearted approach and made fun of some of it, but it's pretty serious. So, what do you think?
It's pretty crazy because healthcare is the pharmaceutical industry is such a big thing in America. So sometimes I can't really comprehend the level of it, how much money is being made. So that's the tricky thing for me, I think. And when I watch something like this, when I see something like this, and then the guy's got an Italian name, it sounds like the mafia's involved, So it's one of those crazy kind of scenarios where I just cannot really get to grips with
it. Yeah. Well, it's like you hear horror stories like it costs like $12,000 to call an ambulance and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I can understand that people are like mad at healthcare sometimes. If you hear all sorts of horror stories about like somebody's partner needed a treatment and they weren't allowed it because the insurance didn't want to pay for it or whatever. And, this kind of thing.
Guy is a rich kid, isn't he?
God knows. But I can understand people's anger because nothing seems to get done at the political level because, it seems like Big Pharma has got a lot of money involved in the government and lobbying, which is basically political bribery as far as I understand it. I can understand people's anger when you're at the bottom and the people at the top are making all this money. Mm. But then again, shooting somebody in broad daylight, kind of wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's apparently a 3D printed ghost gun. I don't know what that is.
Ghost gun?
Yeah, that's what I'm just looking on Wikipedia.
Garlic bread?
Source. And a 3D, and the suppressor was 3D printed as well, apparently. Which is crazy.
What is a ghost gun? Is it what Ghostbusters used to use?
No, it must be. Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
It's got trap and everything.
No idea. Or is it that thing that Luigi uses to suck the ghosts in?
Luigi's Mansion. You've got it. Like Luigi's Mansion.
So really, he's just been sucked into a vacuum.
Yeah, we've solved it. Don't worry. The FBI can mail us a check. That'd be nice. But honestly, like, just wild news.
But quiz time.
The company's profits experienced a sudden after the launch of their new product.
And the potential answers are A, surge, B, sight, C, manhunt, D, festive.
Okay. Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's the best one you've done so far. Nice job,
mate. Cheers. So the answer is the company's profits experienced a sudden surge after the launch of their new product. That's right. Good job, company.
Such a big news story this week, and we got some great vocabulary from it in this video. But there was another huge story as well, where the healthcare CEO got shot recently, and we cover it in this video. So to continue your learning and continue learning new words with the news, make sure to check this out. It's coming up next.